take control, and that's exactly what they're going to be doing. So this should be a pretty standard round for Endpoint. Play it simple, play it safe. All you got to do, hold your angles, tap the heads, and we know they're going to be doing fine. We know pistol rounds are strong for Endpoint. We saw that last week.
We did.
If he's on his own, don't be afraid if you're on Endpoint.
I would love to see some fantastic pistol work from SEO again, but that will remain to be seen. As Infused at the moment are just trying to suss out if they can push middle. Haven't really decided which site they want to push. No rush, which is what I like. I like patient play from Counter-Strike teams. And they may set up for some sort of fake here. But as you said, Endpoint definitely need to just hold their angles, be patient, and not push out.
Quite a standard round really coming up from Endpoint. You've got Imi with the kit, everyone else armoured up. You wouldn't expect to see much different. And of course, over on the other side, you've got that in-game leader of Shiki, holding on to all of that utility. They've got a smoke and 2 flashes, and it's looking like a B play. Maybe Shiki shows the bomb over towards the A bomb site, backs off, go towards B once control has been taken. But as I say, SEO over on that B bomb site, holding towards Zaps with help from Imi. Now the fake comes in, and the rotate will head over towards B, but no one's been drawn away. SEO holds fast, and as soon as Imi heads back over, they're going to be fine. Mid control is coming in, however. It's going to be Imi to contest, and it's not going to work out too nicely for him.
Yep, you can see Aussie is actually pushing into A here. See if he can find anyone. Just move across to SEO. He will actually find one onto Shaney. Now we will look to see if he can find a second onto Snaky. He's got the P2000 yet again, which he did disgusting things last week. And that is already 3 kills in the favour of Endpoint. And with just 1 player left, 2 players down. And now Shiki is on his own with the bomb. He needs to do a lot now if he is going to be able to win this round. But he is slowly being swarmed by the Endpoint boys. And they should be able to take him from several angles. And if he survives this, it'll be somewhat of a miracle.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. Huzg takes him down. There was a lovely play there coming in from Lumji where he got himself into window, and he really could have done a lot with that, but it just didn't work out. He got flanked. He did find himself 1 kill, but the teammates come through from Endpoint, each one of them getting a kill, and that is perfect. Exactly what they needed, and this is what I'm saying. Now that they get into their groove, they're going to be doing just fine. The force does come out from Infused because they didn't get that bomb plant, so bring out those pistols, but it's P250s across the board. This is not the kind of thing we're used to seeing. You'd expect to see Tech9s get in the face, put some smokes down, but that's not what we're going to be seeing. It's going to be a smoke play over towards B with the P250s in hand, so they're hoping for the close angles. Endpoint aren't giving them that. They're backing off, they're going to be playing from behind the smoke, and they're going to be allowing the bomb plant here. That denies the next round buy, which is perfect. It's exactly what Endpoint need to be playing with 3 players over on the A bomb site.
Infused just need to play their game, I feel. Not get lured into what Endpoint are trying to do, just slow it down. Maybe see some rushes coming out of Infused. I think if they are just going to play these rounds slow, it's really just going to play into the hands of Endpoint. But flashes at the ready. It looks like they're going to go for an A push here. Just sending 1 in middle, just to try and get some sort of information. Tactic Ian is going to have to back out, as now the A push comes in. You can see several members were flashed as they came into site. A couple members already into sandwich though. They have gained control of this A site, and now Endpoint will look for the retake. Ozzy actually finds a frag onto Huzg, but Luzzer will respond onto Snaky. If he can pick up that FAMAS, maybe he can do things with it. You can see Mighty Max is just trapped there at CT, and Infused have done well to get the bomb down here.
Yeah, but SEO does find the frags. Those smokes are wasted, and now Endpoint moving in for the retake. 4 versus 3 as a swift retake comes through. Luzzer puts the nade down onto Lumji. Not too much health damage being done, but as the push comes in, Shaney going to find one. Lumji follows it up, and there's Shiki finding another one with his pistol. Now it's all a Mighty Max. Low HP and 3 men to find it. He can't do it. Lumji finishes them off, and that is the round of the bag for Infused. Getting that bomb plant down, doing a lot of damage, and you have to put it down to the play by Lumji. Getting through that smoke, finding the kill, and taking that weapon completely disturbs everything Endpoint are trying to do. They're trying to reorganize, get themselves over to the bomb site, but it's not going to work out for them.
What were Endpoint doing? How did Infused get away with that? Incredible stuff. I said they just needed to go for a rush, but they played it slow and it worked out for them. They managed to catch Endpoint with their pants down. As you say, really important kills coming out. And now, Endpoint are just off the back of that. That's going to be a real morale killer. There's going to be questions asked between the teammates. And unfortunately, it was just Mighty Max getting forced back into that CT. He was on such low health, and then as the lone survivor, he was going to have no chance on that retake. And now Infused are going to look to go again. But this time, they're getting ready at B apps, it would seem.
Yeah, so they want to use that utility, just clear out every angle. And if you go over towards B, you can put those smokes down, get the Molotovs in position, and move forward knowing you're clear. It should be a nice play, especially as we have somewhat of a stack over towards the A site from Endpoint, just holding off. Of course, not a massive amount to play with. Luzzer on the Deagle is about the biggest investment with a kit and armor. Apart from that, there is not much to play with for Endpoint. They have to get those close angles, and look at the Molotovs over on Infused. There's 3 to play with. There's 4 smokes. This should be a very easy round. Walk in, walk out. Happy days, round in the bag. Endpoint have to get close, but it's not looking like it's going to work. Going over towards A now, and Infused hoping to get in and get some frags.
Yep, just going to push mid into Connector now, see if they can find anything. Ozzy does fire a few warning bullets just to let him know he is there. And now Lumji is going to push through A as well. Tactician goes down, thanks to Ozzy, and Shaney's going to clean up Mighty Max as well. Lumji is going to find and get the response, and Ezio will be the lone survivor, trying to push through Connector. In a 1v4 situation, I mean, we've seen Ezio do some absolutely filthy things, but I'm not sure he's going to be able to do this one, as he is just trapped between a rock and a hard place, and gets eliminated off the server by Shaney.
Yeah, 3k there for Shaney. Nice work with the M4 recovered from last round. And a pretty nice round coming in from Infused, playing it perfectly, working as a unit, going together, and they get themselves into the A-bomb site pretty easily. Lumji had an opportunity. I feel like if he had a 5-7 in that position, he could have done a lot more, but with a Deagle, you have one shot, they know where you are, and you've got to spam away. It's not going to work out. So, nice round coming through from Infused to take the second round, doubling the score of Endpoint. Then again, they've only got 1 round, so it's not really difficult to double that. Another push over towards that A-bomb site. Ozzy is going to get tagged down. Huzg going for a push, not going to work out. Lumji finding a 2k, and that is a very nice opening into the round now. Mighty Max and Ezio, the last 2 men alive, and there is nothing they can do to prevent this round. If they can get themselves a kill in mid, happy days. Maybe save that weapon. They're not going to be aware of the second man, and that's going to be Sheik finding a kill. Ezio is looking for this one. Oh, it's so close. If that body wasn't in the way, that would have been a kill for him. But it's not going to pan out. Going for the AK, he's going to get it. Is he going to get away with this? No, he's not. Snaky takes him down to find his first kill of the game, and Infused take themselves a pretty clean round, losing only Ozzy.
Yep, a relatively simple round. It could have been interesting if that AK was picked up a little bit sooner, perhaps saved, but unfortunately not. And Shaney continuing his fine form from last week. He went 25 and 19 on Mirage, +6. He was definitely the strong point for his team. The rest of his team went negative, so it was a little bit of a carry. But now we will see Infused just trying to continue this momentum, but obviously Endpoint now do have weapons to work with, and they will definitely want to try and get back into this game. They shouldn't be 3-1 down. They should most certainly be 3 or 4-0 up. They should not have thrown that one away, but they just have to move on and forget about that one, as the smokes will come out. Communication should come through. Rotations may come out, but they will be worried about a fake. Defensive smoke will come out just to make sure no one can push through just yet. So expect Infused to be waiting a little bit longer for this push. As you can see, Shiki, in the top left of your corner, is slowly rotating. He's going to move to middle, I think. Try and suss out some information, just in case anyone is trying to rotate around, try and lurk, find any easy kills. But he will stop any pushes coming from mid.
Shaney working his way forward, AK in hand. It's been a perfect little mini-fake, just to lure out all utility. There's only 1 smoke left, that's on Emmy. That's not going to be able to be used to full effect as he's over in mid. The push now comes in. Snaky getting taken down. Huzg finds one. Shiki back in, but Huzg doubles it up, taking down Ozzy. Now Shiki has to come back in, finds himself a nice kill. But they've got the A site under control. Unfortunately, they haven't got the bomb in their control, so they're going to have to go over towards ramp if they want to get this site theirs. Waste of a smoke there to block off CT. That is not going to help at all. Shiki going to be able to get the bomb, but now Molotov, what are you doing? Don't stand in the Molotov. Lumji, the last man now. Half health and no opportunity to get this round into his grips. He has the bomb. If he can put it down, maybe he gives himself an opportunity, but he has to find a kill, and with 16 seconds remaining, there is nothing he can do to get back into this one. That is logistics gone wrong. I feel like I'm watching Castaway, because the FedEx has just gone down in the middle of the ocean, and Tom Hanks is thinking, how the hell am I getting out of this one?
That was painful to watch, as the burns came through, and they just couldn't get out of each other's way. It's one of those frustrating moments where you're just screaming at your teammates, saying, move, get out of the way, let me through, but nothing was going to happen, as the match pause will come through. And I guess that's just because maybe it's a little bit of a calm for Infused, saying, let's say, right, we managed to come back into this after losing the pistol, but now we've just walked into each other and died in a Molotov.
1G. Do you get that meme?
I don't know.
Should I? A chap called Summit 1G.
Oh, I do know Summit 1G.
Burned himself in a fire in a tournament. He was playing for Splice, I believe. And he burnt himself alive, and so whenever someone burns himself alive, they say, 1G.
Bit like, not like 4G, like your mobile signal.
No.
No.
Then again,
that's what I thought you were going for.
We started on 3G.
We did?
Why is that?
I don't know.
Because it was a 3rd generation of iPhone. That's one for you.
I'm glad you're knowledgeable about mobile networks, but it was a shaky start actually for Endpoint. I was a little bit worried after seeing them lose that eco round, really. What went so well for Infused?
Well, Infused were just playing their game, so they were moving in, and they knew exactly what they wanted to do. You could tell that they had prepped that strat because they had the pistols. Normally, you'd see that kind of around with the Tech 9, because you want to get in the face of Endpoint, batter down the hatches, and just get into the site. But instead, they played a much more tactical game. They put those smokes down, they put the flashes out, so they got themselves a bomb plant. They guaranteed that bomb plant. And from there, thanks to the play from Lumji going through that smoke and taking down Imi, then they give themselves the opportunity to win the round because you drive that wedge straight in the middle of the enemy team. And once you lose window, then there are three different places that Lumji can come from, and he has a weapon. They have to be careful of that. Mighty Max pinned down over towards CT. He can't go back, he can't go forwards. There's smoke in front of him, there's a player behind him, and Lumji wins that round for his team, which is perfect. It's exactly what they needed to do. And even in that round just there, Infused play a perfect little mini fake. They've drawn out all of the utility being used by Endpoint, but then they don't check their corners when they move into the bomb site. They use that UMP play, go first, try and get a kill. Problem is, it's a double peek. So as soon as they start pushing forward, then HudsG peeks, helps out his teammate, takes out that supporting player, so there's no opportunity for a refrag, and instantly they're 2 men down.
It was incredible from Infused, really, and I was in awe of it happening, and those kind of plays and those kind of rounds can really destroy your momentum. So I'm glad Endpoint were able to then put a round on the board when they did get a buyout. Important for them, they got those early frags. Infused just tried to push in through A lower, A ramp, and it didn't really work. He pushed in, he still had an SMG, and he was just absolutely shut down by the M4. But now we've just had that play, okay, they both got stuck in the fire. Infused, I don't know if it's Infused going for the pause or whether it's a player just needing the toilet or something like that, but they've got a little bit of time to just think about things now. Where do they go from here from Infused? So clearly they were able to do some good work with their pistols, and they were able to get some rounds on the board because of those buys, but now they're going to be against the full buys of Endpoint. Where do they go?
So they need to be taking that mid control. The thing about what Endpoint is playing is they're playing a very A-heavy strat. So they've got SEO over towards B, and that's the only man playing on B, because Imi moves himself towards mid, playing off short, and they have 3 players on that A bomb site, playing the A bomb site. And that makes it very, very difficult for Infused to go anywhere near A. So instead of going to A, they have to go towards mid and try and take some mid control so that they can distract some of those Endpoint players. We saw it on that 3rd round. They went through mid, they went straight through connector, and that eco got completely shut down. There was nothing that Endpoint could do, and that won them the round. Infused need to play this tactically, otherwise they're going to get nowhere.
Well, the AWP is going to be bought by Shaney. We saw him do some crazy things with it last week and really keep his team in the game, but it was on the CT side rather than the terrorist side, so it's a risky play. It is a lot of money, but if you can get that early pick, it's definitely going to be worth it. As you can see, they're just trying to get that mid control, as you said. Smokes will come out. Just going to smoke off short here, trying to get further into middle, try and get eyes through connector, see if they can catch anyone inside. HudsG will get the opening frag onto Shiki as they're pushing into A, but Ozzy responds onto HudsG. Lumji will find Mighty Max as well, so they should have A site in control. You can see Luzza is just waiting here in jungle, manages to find Lumji, but Shaney comes in with the AWP, takes down Luzza, and now it's a 3v2 situation in favour of Infused. They have well and truly got control of A site, but Ezio is coming through CT here. Not sure if they know he's there just yet. As you see, Snakey is just hiding there on box. Actually puts down the Molotov, so he does know, or he did get some information, and now both CTs are trapped, and time is against them, as they are going to try and rotate round, possibly, and they may just give up on this one.
Yeah, they're just going to head in for the save here. As soon as that Molotov goes down, considering they're in the same position, there's nothing they can do. If they had split up, gone for different positions, perhaps they get that round. Shaney going to take down Imi there, and that is a weapon down. So, Endpoint, they had that win-loss bonus going on for them. They were racking up the money, but now they've been reset. It's going to be a 4th round for Infused. It should be a 5th round for Infused going into the 5th round. Now, taking a 5th round off the mark is very, very important. It's vital to get to that 5th round. It's like a checkpoint in a platform game. Once you get to that checkpoint, you know you have that buffer in the bag already. You can lose a few rounds, but you still are able to move forward. And that's exactly what I was talking about. Take that mid control, and suddenly you throw off Endpoint's play. Imi wasn't taking control from short, and so mid was completely given to Infused. That gave them the opportunity to move wherever they wanted. Now, very, very cheeky buy coming out here from Endpoint, and it's not going to go well. HudsG finds one, but it's traded straight out. Mighty Max finding himself another. Actually, this is going quite well.
Yeah, Infused did push in. They got very aggressive. They weren't able to find those opening frags. Shiki did find 2, but that was all for Infused, and it was an easy response for Endpoint in the end.
Yeah, I didn't expect that to come, because what we've been seeing so far from Infused is tactical play. They've been putting smokes down, they've been playing very slow rounds to get into it, and suddenly they rush straight in when they know that the enemy team is either on an eco or a weak buy. That is very, very strange to me. I don't understand why they're going for that. They knew Endpoint didn't have much money, so they rush in without using any utility out, any Molotovs, any flashes. They just try and get in their face. That's not going to work out, and so Infused knocked back down onto pistols, and Endpoint once again given the upper hand.
Infused just pushing through middle here, as you say, just pistols to work with. If they can find an opening frag with the Deagle, that'll be fantastic. They should be able to push a site if that does happen, but it is easier said than done. You can see here, Shiki has already been knocked down to 18 HP. And they're just going to work their way through jungle, it would seem. Someone is getting boosted into window. They're just trying to find any information, trying to find an Endpoint member that's peeking, but Endpoint are not playing ball. They are more than happy to sit back and hold their angles. They know they don't want to throw this one away, as it is another eco round for Infused. And the last time Infused were ecoing, it didn't go so well for Endpoint. Lumji has found his way into jungle, and he will actually find Imi there. Imi gets caught with his pants down, and now they're going to look to push into A site. Just looking at every single angle, seeing if they can find anything. Luzza is waiting with the knob. He actually misses the shot. He's going to be approached by two players now. Needs to be careful. Manages to find one, but Snaky responds onto Luzza, and it's a 3v3 situation.
Why you're taking the bomb over there towards ramp, I have no idea. Now the bomb is isolated from the rest of the team. They had so much control. They found the kill. They committed 2 people to taking down CT, and instead of planting 4 CT, which they knew they had, they decide to take the bomb over towards ramp and eliminate those players. That's a bad decision. You can smoke off ramp. You have to play with that. And they don't. Even finding the kill over towards B and then going A. They already know there's a 3-man setup over towards A, yet still they decide to play for the A bomb site. That is confusing to me, but Snaky will recover himself the bomb, and Shiki finds a kill, so back into a 3 versus 2, but Husgy straight in on that one. Mighty Max follows it up onto Lumji, playing up in Palace. He has control here. All he has to do is force out the remaining players. Snaky's found himself an AWP, so maybe there's an opportunity for him here, but there's utility to play with, a Molotov and a smoke grenade left. Mighty Max has been spotted, but as soon as Snaky shoots, he's going to be spotted, and now he has to find this second kill. Husgy knows exactly where he is. He's got armor, but he has to play with it. Molotov goes in. Snaky this time going to decide not to burn himself alive, and Husgy has tapped this diffuser. He's peeking his way out, and Husgy going to find Snaky. That's the kill coming in, and Endpoint find themselves yet another round. Maybe not. No kit to play with. This is going to be a very, very tight one, but he's got it. He's got this diffuse in the bag, and so Endpoint equalise 4-4. And again, what was going on there from Infused?
I mean, it was a bit of a back and forth round, really. I was wondering what was going on with Endpoint. Infused had no right to be able to push in, but you saw Luzza took this aggressive approach and he wasn't able to find one. But as you say, they just took that bomb to ramp and they kind of played the round against themselves. But they were able to eliminate a lot of economy for Endpoint. And Endpoint still looking shaky against those ecos, so they really need to wise up a little bit. It could have been very different, but it was incredible stuff from HUDG, getting that 3k and a really important fake on the defuse, just to try and lure his opponent out, and he did so. Very well played by him. Impressive stuff. As now, Infused again, just trying to get this mid control, and they've been gifted mid control pretty much every round. Endpoint have not been interested whatsoever. They don't want to take that aim battle from window, and they are just going to hold their sights.
And there was an early play by Luzza to try and get that AWP to contend in mid, but when he saw nothing, he backed straight off. Mighty Max now trying to find a better position. He's going to be able to find a tag through, but in return, he gets tagged himself. They know now some information. The rotate can start coming in, but Ozzy going to open it up. Luzza follows it with the AWP, but Lumji working his way through, wiggling in through that connector. Husky finds his mate, and Snaky goes down, and now some control back in the hands of Endpoint. They need to work off the back of this. All 3 Infused players are working together here. Nice flash goes in there. Husky finding more information, but Lumji taking down SEO, and that's the rotator. Dead. The AWP of Luzza very, very low. Needs to be careful. The nade's going in onto Husky's position, although he controls the bomb. They have to get into his way. They're in a line of death right now, and if they don't get out of it, it's not going to work out. Husky there, finding the headshot onto Shady. Finally, some trades come back in, and it's all on Imi, finding himself 1 kill. Now he knows where the second player is, Lumji. This time, 1 versus 1. Interesting play, but Imi! The failed flash, and trying to go for it is not going to work out in your favour.
He almost flashed himself, but Lumji pulling out the 3k. As you said, really important. They was able to take down the rotation of SEO. SEO has just been kind of shut out of the game so far. We spoke so much about him, or at least I did, in the pre-game, saying he is a really important player on this Endpoint side, but they have not gone B whatsoever. They have not allowed him to do anything that he was doing last week, not able to get those important kills. And look how quickly Aussie is pushing down mid. Didn't actually catch that person down short, but he will now push through, find Imi, as well as Luzza gets taken down by Lumji. So now they can push onto this B site. It's just SEO to hold, but he only has a pistol to work with. B site's well and truly in their hands, and the rotates will come through. But with just pistols, this is going to be a game over, and will be an easy round for Infused, and they're going to go 6-4 up.
Yeah, so it was an eco coming in. It is just holding on to that money. The flash comes through, Hud's dead. So it is going to be the buy now coming out from Endpoint. But again, interesting round. The calls seem to be slightly off here. The push goes into mid, and they could have found themselves a kill. But the call comes in, there's people coming through apartments, and so both of them turn their backs on mid and run. Now, if they know their timings, they know that the mid player is going to arrive before the apartments player, especially when it's being contended. So I'm not sure what that rotate was about, but it looks like a quick round towards B now coming in from Infused. A very, very quick round. This time I really do hope they use their utility. AK's AWPs in hand. There's nothing to play with for Endpoint. SEO going to find himself a kill and two. Following it up, looking onto Lumji, but the man on the site will take him down. Snaky finally equalising that one out. But Luzza on the Deagle. We've seen him do work before, but can he do work again? Only one kill, and the balance of this round could be tipped. Shaney going to find himself a nice kill. Snaky follows it up, and now it's all on HuzG. Deagle in hand, but I don't see this one going his way.
It should be an easy kill, actually. Oh, he gets rid of the AWP just as HuzG walks across his crosshair. Now he's just trying to find the pistol. He needs to help his teammate here, as HuzG has no right to win this round, but he's picked himself up an AK. Already got 2 kills on the board. And now, Shaney should just be able to play patient. But Hudz is just tapping. Shaney doesn't need to be peeking this. He can wait. Bomb is in his position. He will throw the Molotov. Doesn't look like he's got a kit to work with. And now he actually finds him. Is this enough time? It's going to be extremely close here. If he does get it, this is absolutely fantastic from HuzG. And yes, he has got enough time.
Man
so
alive.
both credit to HuzG and SEO. SEO getting that really important 2K as they were pushing into the site. I said that they were just kind of keeping SEO out of the game. And those are the kind of kills that man is capable of. But credit to HuzG for winning that round. He had no right.
Again, this is exactly the same thing they did last time. They know that Endpoint are going to be low on money. So instead of just waiting, putting some smokes down, putting some Molotovs down, they try and rush in, and then Snaky there, I think it was Snaky at the end, trying to hold off that push. He had the bomb plant for him. He didn't have to peek at all, but instead he allows HuzG to play with him. The Molotov goes down, and suddenly it's a really difficult situation. Snaky can open this one up, takes down Luzza going aggressive in mid, but I can't complain about some aggression in mid for Endpoint. We need to see more of it. This time, however, not going to work out, and so once again, Infused taking themselves mid-control. Lumji finding HuzG, and that's a 2-man advantage already on the books. And pushing through, Shiki finds himself window. This is massive control as Shaney takes down Imi, and this round has gone to pot. Mighty Max is in a nice position. They have no idea he's there. He could take Lumji, and there comes the double spray. Finally, Mighty Max doing some work, but really, is this going to be enough unless we see Imi find this kill right now, and he's not going to do it. He has no idea. Shiki's waiting around the corner, and so SEO goes down. Mighty Max now needs to clutch ace to win this, and I don't see it happening. Shiki is going to give him an opportunity, and he finds the kill. He has got a kit in hand. He could actually go for this one if he so chooses, but the Molotov goes down, the smoke misses, and the round is going to go to the Infused boys. So taking a 7-5 lead so far, that's really good on your T side.
It definitely is, and interesting. I mean, we said we want to see more aggression mid from Endpoint. Luzza just pushed out straight away onto short, and I don't really blame him. Endpoint have been going for that quick early peak on mid, perhaps window, and they've seen that there's been no Infused members, because Infused have been late to mid in the early round. So I can understand why Endpoint did go for that early peak, but unfortunately it punished them in the end, and that is always the story when you do look. Usually they're not there, but the one time you do, as Tactiki, and it's going to find one, finds two, looks for finds three, gets 3k on short. And now Shaney is just going to have to work against SEO up there in apps. And it's a 2v4 situation thanks to some incredible pistol work from Imi. And now Infused, they're going to be wondering what happened there. There's going to be squabbles going on in their team chat. As HuzG has got the AWP. And he can see the AK, so he knows that man is there. He does wait, tries to find him through the box, but can't quite get to him. And SEO is just taking a defensive point here. And now it just leaves a 1v4 situation.
Once the information is taken and leaves Shaney in such a difficult position, but he still could do some damage at least. The round win is out of the hand, but it's not going to happen. Luzza takes him down, and what an incredible round there from him. That is not what you see every day, and he hasn't had his best game of his lifetime. In fact, half of his kills were in that round, but if that's when you're going to do it at some point. That is perfect from him. He completely shuts down Infused, and finally we see some mid-control paying off, and that should really put some fire under the bottoms of the Endpoint boys. Take that mid-control, and you can take the round. And that's exactly what we needed to see. Back into a pretty default setup here. Hudgy going to open this one up, takes down Shiki over in Palace, and a nice bit of aggression paying off there. Needs to be careful if he wants to go towards that ramp position. Now he's been cut off. Luzza, luckily, is in position to help him out, but he is going to find himself another one. AWP kill comes in. Shady finally trades him back out, leaving only a 3 versus 3, but the AK's not present for the Infused boys. They just have pistols, and so Endpoint are going to back off, wait it out, and play their game. They know they have the advantages here as they have AKs in hand. Shady, Deagle up close, and there it is. One headshot comes through. Can Imi do what he did last time? No, it's not going to happen. And once again, we see a sloppy round from Endpoint.
I just feel like Infused are really frustrating Endpoint. Endpoint are taking battles that they don't really need to. They could just play it slow and just win the round, but Infused doing really well to get in the heads of Endpoint now, it seems, as they are 8-6 up. It has been an incredible first half for Infused, and we've seen a few moments of delight from both teams, some individual performances. But Infused want to finish this round strong. And again, into mid nice and quickly. Imi's going to try and take the peak nice and early. Doesn't find anything with the Deagle, so he's going to back off onto short. Just take a defensive position. Mighty Max in connector as well. We'll throw the smoke down and just back off. Doesn't want to get sprayed through the wall though. Needs to be careful. Luzza has an M4 to work with in window. Needs to be careful not to be taken out by Lumji. Thankfully, he's able to get away with his life. And now Infused, they've managed to get one member onto A site, but Shiki is going to back off down to A ramp. Doesn't want to take any fight at the moment. Ozzy takes down Luzza. And now they are in a 5v4 situation. And they should be able to push onto a site. Just need to play it patient, not do anything too crazy.
It's just so sloppy so far. The smoke is going to go in on Imi. He's got no gaps to play with. But it is just such a sloppy round. You have weapons, you have utility. Stop rushing, stop trying to get in their face. Just put the smokes down, put the Molotovs down, and play in a methodical way. Mid-control is very important on a gun round. This is not a gun round. And going to find himself a kill there, but Ozzy quick to trade it out. And so keeping the advantage, but Mighty Max is in the perfect position, but he's not. Shane, he takes him down out of nowhere. Stone Cold Steve Austin in the server. Hudgy trying to get himself back in, but it's only going to be one kill for him as Shane takes him down with the AWP. And that AWP kill is insane. That is how you win games. And Ozzy closed it out for a 6-9-1/2. And Endpoint, once again. I mean, Mighty Max was perfect there. That was exactly what he needed to do, but it just didn't pay off. That's insane.
Did you just say Stone Cold Steve Austin was in the server?
I did.
With the Stone Cold Stunner in connector. Absolutely incredible stuff. And you would have expected him to do a little bit better. I know you do just play patient when you have that person walk past you, but perhaps an earlier tap with that Deagle might have helped them win the round, but a 9-6 advantage for Infused, and I definitely didn't see that coming. I know that our Twitter poll suggested that several people at home were thinking Infused were going to be in this one. Several.
Just the 2.
Well, yeah, I don't know how many people voted in the 45%.
7.
It was 7? I think it was up to like 22, actually.
The one I saw was 7.
Yeah, but that was like 2 hours ago.
Okay.
I'm going to check it in a minute when we're on a break.
And if it's not 7,
if it's not 7, then
I'll leave.
I don't want to cast alone. That's not how it
Well,
works.
then it better be 7.
Okay, so Infused now moving into their CT round. You said some of their terrorist work has been a little bit sloppy.
Yes.
Are they going to be better on the CT side?
I better hope so. Otherwise, they're going to be in trouble. I mean, this needs to be Endpoint coming out of their shell because so far it has been sloppy work. Now, the thing is, they're playing confident. And I feel like that is enabling them to make a lot of mistakes. And every time they're given the opportunity to make a mistake, they do. So we need to see Endpoint picking up the slack, not playing like a Bob, playing more like a Steve.
Hopefully the Steve play will come out. But I want to see more from Ezio. He was really not in that game on the CT side, as now he will get the push in. Snaky takes down Ezio to start with, so he is completely taken out. I said I wanted to see more from him, but he's not going to do anything. Mighty Max will find Lumji, so now it's a 4v3 situation. And you can see Infused are just trapped here in connector, smoked off as well. So time is against them. You can see 3 members of Endpoint there at CT. And just the one over at A ramp. This should be an easy enough hold for Endpoint now. But he is going to get aggressively pushed when he had the grenade out. It needs to be careful here, but Imi takes him down. The response there onto Luzza from Shiki, but Mighty Max finds Ozzy and leaves Shiki all on his own to try and take this one. It's not going to happen. Great stuff from Endpoint to be able to push into the site so successfully. And we've seen already that they are good on the pistol rounds, but they threw it around after winning pistol last time. You're sighing.
That is not good at all. I mean, I think Imi would know in himself that that was a massive mistake, what happened there. Yet, somehow he finds 2 kills out off the back of it. That's insane. And the position by Lumji was so strong up in Palace. He was in such a powerful position. If he had not been spotted, he would have done a lot of damage. But Mighty Max saw him and took him straight out of the server. That is not a good way to play a pistol round, especially with all the advantages they had. But into the second round now. They have gone with the force buy. It worked out last half. Will it work out this half? I'm not so sure. An interesting peek coming in. They will find themselves a kill, but Mighty Max and Imi going to double it up. Although it's even trade so far, that is working out for Endpoint. They still have weapons to play with. If they can protect the weapons in mid, that'll be important, but they've given up on that. They don't care. Mid is not for us. We want A, and SEO has done just that. He's taken A for himself and his team, but 2 weapons have been recovered for the Infused boys. They've got an AK and a Galil. Shiki has been spotted, and subsequently, he's been killed, as SEO now will Molotov off the window. That's where Ozzy's playing from, with only the Galil in hand, and moving into this retake is not going to be an easy one.
Yeah, I'd be half tempted to back off, maybe save these weapons. They are going to both push in, and they will just trap Ezio, but he manages to get the trade-off onto Snaky, so that leaves Ozzy on his own in a 1v2 situation. He's going to push onto site. Endpoint members are not playing ball, though. They are just hiding away. They don't need to face him, so Ozzy is just going to dance around on the site like it's a Saturday Night Fever. We'll actually find him push hudzG, so he has got a little bit of time, but with no kit. He is definitely not going to be able to take this round. He's just going to try and bait out Imi, which he will do in the end. So he is able to pick up both kills, but the round will go in the favour of Endpoint.
Oh, he's dead.
And he dies as well. Doesn't save any of the weapons. So a good play from Infused, pushing out on mid, getting 2 weapons, but unfortunately Ezio was already on that site, already putting himself in a power position and making sure that he could take down a couple of players. And this is not what we expected from the side of Infused.
Yeah, but again, I mean, they're going to be going through their demos tomorrow, and they're going to be thinking, we had a great opportunity there. So when the 2 players are coming in, Ozzy's coming in from behind SEO, and I believe it was Snaky with the AK. He spots out that there's a player. Okay, so stop peeking him, because you've got a teammate coming in from behind, and you can find that kill. But again, it doesn't work out, and they will lose the round. So a stacked B bomb site, all 5 players going to the same place. It is like a packed club that they're attending. Imi going to be finding the first kill there onto
There's so many S's. Shiki, Snaky, and Shaney. But Tactic Ian, Imi, and Luzza. That's not 3, that is just 2. Tactic Ian is Imi. They'll be taken down. 4v3 advantage now for Infused. And we are going to see Ozzy try and push round, but gets caught with his pants down. Mighty Max needs to be careful as well, because Snaky is pushing out. Now a 3v3 situation. And hudzG is just lurking around. Tons here. Can't find anything though in underpass.
Interesting Molotov there, doesn't really block off anything, and so gives Shiki the opportunity to get over into window. And Snaky, he wants to just become medium rare as he just slightly sizzles himself on that fire. It's going to be the A-bomb site once again as Mighty Max finds the kill onto Shiki. hudzG follows it up with a crisp little headshot there onto Snaky, and finally Lumji, the last man alive, P250 in hand. Can he do it? It's unlikely, but he does have a UMP to play with. No armor, of course. So he's going to have to hit heads like it's his birthday. It's not going to happen. hudzG takes him down with a nice little 2k in the round, and so Endpoint equalise 9-9, and the bye will come out for Infused.
Does he play particularly well on his birthday?
Who?
Oh, you said he's going to hit heads like it's his birthday, so...
Well, if it was his birthday, they'd be letting him get the frags, because they're being nice.
That's awfully kind. I wish I had teammates like that.
You don't.
Unfortunately, I don't. I don't have a team.
A castmate.
I am a scrub. As now, 9-9. Endpoint have come back into this one. Shaney has got his hands on an AWP, and that's what he did last week. Some fantastic work. Several 3Ks he got. He needs to do more of the same. Snaky is just taking a position here on ladder. Will greet 3 members of Endpoint. Finds 1, finds 2. But he eventually gets taken down. 4 members will be shut down from Endpoint now, and just leaving Imi on his own on the A site. Does have control of the bomb though, if he picks it up.
Can't find it.
Can't find it.
Lost.
And then just gets AWP'd by Shaney.
Through the smoke.
And there we go. That's what we expected from Infused. A nice hold. Now they have got the buy. But a couple of their weapons were wasted, but one of them was only a FAMAS. So that's not the end of the world.
Yeah, I mean, this spray down perfect from Snaky. It shouldn't be allowed at any point. If you're going to go through Palace, what do you use? It's quite simple. A flash. You get yourself out with a bit of cover. But instead, they don't. And Shaney, although he will just tag Imi, he'll find the kill subsequently. So the 4 pistols not doing too much here as Lumji takes down hudzG. And he keeps tapping away, but Luzzer and Mighty Max both coming together right now over me to find themselves an A-bomb site for free.
Ezio's found an M4, but just as he's picking up, Aussie comes for the peak. And now it's 3v2. Mighty Max does have a Famas to work with. They've got the bomb. He needs to be careful from CT though. He looks to connector, but gets shut down immediately. The plant isn't going to go down because Shaney's there with the AWP. And Shaney is going to continuously peek middle now through window, I feel. He's getting quite confident with that AWP. And Endpoint, their money is just there. Is going to be the Tech 9 for HudsG though. So expect him to be the entry player, and it does look like it's going to be a fast play. Oh, it was looking like they were all going to rush towards B, but just 3 members. 2 are going to go mid. Shaney is waiting there with the AWP once again.
Yeah, Shaney had a lovely kill onto Imi just a few rounds ago, which was perfect through a little corner of smoke, so you can tell he is happy to peek a little giblet of information. Giblet, of course, is what you make gravy with in a Christmas dinner. But he's not going to be making any gravy today. He's going to be backing off, and he's going to wait till next Christmas to make his Christmas gravy dinner gravy. It's all gravy over on the B-bomb site as Shiki finds himself 1 kill, goes for the spray down. Luzzer goes down as well. That should have been a kill. A double kill comes in from Shiki, finally gets traded out, but Aussie is there for the retrade. And so it's a 2 versus 4 situation. And once again, it's working perfectly for Infused. The spray downs are on. Imi's going to go down. And as long as they keep this up, God help Endpoint.
Yeah, Endpoint just not able to find their form right now. And they're just getting caught out by the simplest of plays. And Ezio did check it, but he was just caught off guard. And I would expect better from Luzzer as well in that response. Should have been able to trade it. Then it could have been a completely different round. As Shaney is once again just going to push out to window, see if he can catch anyone. To see an elbow, and we'll find Imi. What is Imi doing dancing around, just offering it? And now we'll just see Snaky pushing through the smoke. Finds Luzzer, Ezio responds, but they've only got 2 players left. And Ezio may consider saving this M4, but it's just far too long. So Mighty Max just stuck here, Tetris. Gonna try and find a kill with a deagle, gets caught out from Sandwich though. And Ezio is the lone man remaining. And he's gonna be having to do something special to win that round. And Infused carrying on their fine form, 13-9. And slowly, Endpoint are falling out of this game.
Yeah, they're on the penultimate match point round. So, I mean, penultimate win at this point. They're getting closer, and with only 3 rounds left to win, Endpoint have to start sweating. No AWP once again to play with. It's going to be looking like a more B-inclined round, and perhaps a little bit faster, but like I said, no AWP to play with. Luzzer going to have to be hitting heads. But right now, he's just sleeping in beds, because they ain't getting no kills, no rounds, no sights. And the only rounds they've won so far this half have been the pistol and subsequent rounds. They need to start getting back into this one. Aussie going to be forced back, so nice to see a little bit of utility being used. But the rotates come over now, and this has been called perfectly. There's been no fake over towards that A bomb site. The read is on. And although Mimi's found himself a nice little position to cut off this rotation, it doesn't matter because so far Infused have been stopping anyone getting into the site before a rotation is needed. Shiki in a great little position, tucked away. Ezio not even going to go down. Ezio takes him down. Finally no spray down coming in. Shiki going to hit the deck as Lumji now is pressed upon. He'll find one before being traded out by HudsG. Looking to double, and there it is. Aussie goes down now, 4 versus 2, and finally Endpoint get themselves back into the round. Nice little dunk play goes in on HudsG, and that's going to be a 3 versus 2, but still no bomb plant. The bomb must be recovered. Imi coming in from behind like a little sizzling snake, and there he is. 1-2 headshots all round, and that is how you end a round.
How on earth did Ezio get that kill? He didn't even check chair, and then he just turned around, 360 spin with the AK. He had no right to get that kill. Those are the kind of kills that are going to be able to win you a round. And that might be the momentum boost that Endpoint need to get back into this game. This should have been an easy one for Endpoint. Everything statistically said Endpoint were going to walk through this map. But no, Infused have denied them from having the simplest of games. And now Infused need to make sure they don't throw a round away like that again. Otherwise they are going to allow Endpoint back into the game, and they will slowly start to run out of money.
Simple kills you need to make, and once again the boost is going to be coming in. This time it's going to be HudsG working his way into the window room. He's being watched by the Shane man, Shaney, with the AWP in hand, but watching a close angle with an AWP like this can be quite easy to catch out. It's not going to happen. Snaky finding one. Shani with the AWP. Finally 2 kills come back in. It's Imi and Luzza, but more kills need to come through. Mighty Max going to help out his in-game leader there to leave it in a 2 versus 2, but the site has been given up. Now, I have to say, this has been an incredible game for Imi. He's not usually the man you look to be getting the mad frags, but so far he's been having an absolute killer game. And in a 2 versus 2 with the bomb finally planted, there is plenty of time for Infused to go for this one. There is a little bit of utility to play with on Aussie, but are they going to be expecting this rotate coming all the way round? Mighty Max playing this close angle. He's going to get caught out by Aussie, and now it's all on Imi. 1 versus the world, and he's being flanked. Luckily, Shiki's chosen to go the Palace route, but still, this is not going to be easy. Imi is going to be spotted as soon as Shiki peeks this corner. I've got no idea. He's not been spotted, but he's spotted them. He finds the kill. The Molotov's gone down. He may have just won this round for his team. There is a kit, but is it enough? It is. Just about enough to win. And that is as close as it gets. But Imi, what a round anyway.
That could have been it for Endpoint. That was their way back into the game. So, unfortunately though, not able to do so. And now, Infused just 2 rounds away from winning this one. And you say about Imi stepping it up, and I think that's what's fantastic about this Endpoint side, is that even though SEO, yes, he had a fantastic week 1, even when he's not stepping up, he can look to one of his teammates. As Aussie will find the first kill onto Imi there on short. Lumji also gets one of Mighty Max. Luzza will be shut down, leaving just Huds and SEO trying to push onto A site here. And this is looking disastrous for Endpoint now. Huds just checking on his angles, does find the frag onto Lumji though. And now that will be the information for Infused to rotate. In a 4v2, they still should win this one, but Huds and SEO are more than capable of doing this, but just a Galil to work with for SEO. But he is going to have to be the man to push onto the site here.
But they're not checking Palace. This is the problem. Snaky finds himself a free kill because, again, SEO is not checking his corners. Now HuzG, 1 man versus the world. He has to ace to win. They know exactly where he is. The flank is coming in slow, but sure, he's going to get himself a little tag off, but that's all that's coming. And the flank is creeping its way towards, and they keep on flashing him. At some point, he needs to turn around and think, someone's coming, but Shani, he's going to find the kill nonetheless. Now, the thing about Imi finding all these kills is he shouldn't have to in this team. It shouldn't be his job to be finding kills. The rest of the team should be carrying him through, and SEO, Mighty Max and Luzza, all of them need to be a lot higher on the scoreboard than this, and they're not. They need to be doing more, and that's why this game is not going their way. Endpoint falling behind, and of course they do have next map, but already they might just lose this one unless they want overtime, and Shani starts it off beautifully. SEO goes down, looking for Huds. Gee, it's going to be a missed shot, so that's an opportunity, but the flank comes through. Aussie is in position, finding 1, finding 2. Can he find 3? Probably not going to happen. Luzza gets himself through, Tech 9 in hand, and finally an opportunity comes through from Endpoint, but it is not going to be enough.
Snaky once again in Palace. He's just going to wait in case anyone pushes through. Imi is going to be brave, push through smoke. Might be able to catch Aussie off guard, but no, Aussie is too strong with his M4. And that'll be his 3rd kill of the round. And now he'll look towards window, but Luzza has an AWP to work with. He does have the bomb as well. So he's going to jump through. Push towards B site. Perhaps. There is a member waiting for him in kitchen. Needs to be careful. As you can see, Shiki is slowly rotating onto that site. If Luzza can find a kill here, and this is definitely still winnable.
Yeah, absolutely not going to count him out yet. And Snaky seems to be baiting a rotate. Luzza did see him falling back towards CT, but not a massive amount of utility to play with. Again, he has to find the kill before the bomb goes down if he wants to win this round. Snaky going to hear that bomb plant. The peek comes in, but he knows it's a fake, and this could be round over. With 28 seconds to play with, he still has a little bit of time. He can't rotate. He has to find these kills, and he's going to go for this bomb plant. They may think it's another fake, but they don't need to peek it. That's the key, vital piece of information. He's going to be able to fall back, and they've let him do that. This gives a massive opportunity to now to Luzza. He's going to miss the first shot, and that is that. He's lost himself the game. And it's the second quite badly missed shot we've seen from Luzza this game. You know, we saw one over on CT, and really it's those little mistakes that cost you a hell of a lot in this kind of an environment.
And Infused, taking the game 16-10, and dare I say it, the first upset of the season, really. And now all Endpoint can do is battle back for a draw in this 2-game series. They cannot win this game, and some were saying Endpoint were just going to go through this group stages flawlessly, as they were one of the strongest lineups, but Infused turning up today, the newly sponsored Infused, in fact, so the owners of Infused are going to be